You are watching Xirtus.
Like places where there are like less guns, that's where school shootings happen, or these things. Like, it's not usually in a place where everyone has a gun. You don't. I've never heard of a gun
Gun-free
expo.
zones are usually not very safe for some reason. It's
Yeah, there's
weird that
never. I've
like
never seen a
putting a sign
shooting in a
up
gun
that
expo.
says gun-free zone. Like I don't know why it doesn't just make everybody not use guns, but it
But it seems
just
like that's
doesn't.
where
You
people get
know
shot because there's less people with guns than the people breaking the rules. But
exactly. It's
but
crazy.
places where they're like, if people were selling guns at a gun expo, you rarely see shooters at a gun expo.
No, why would they if everybody's got a gun? That's why I think it's kind of crazy when people like I don't understand like politics and stuff like that very much because when people like there's a school shooting or whatever and people will like if we just had some armed guards or even armed a few teachers or whatever like that would just exponentially increase the safety. But people, I don't know, I don't understand why people fight against that so much. Is it just like they think back to their childhood and like their teachers didn't need guns, so like they should? It's like off limits. They shouldn't have to because like that's sad. Like what is that? Because it would obviously make the kids more safe. So why not just do it if people want to make the kids more safe? I don't understand people in politics. It's weird to me. It's
I,
just like you see what I'm saying?
yeah, I think there's a difference between like tangible power and leverage versus abstract power and leverage. Like if your whole population is armed, I would say that's like tangible leverage, as a tangible form of material power. Whereas if you somehow don't produce anything and yet have this like website that allows you to effectively like run or rule a whole population depending on like how they think, feel, and act, like I mean, that's abstract power. That's abstract leverage. So maybe the people with abstract power are threatened, by the prospect of everyone else getting more tangible power. It's like, no, no, that's going to upset my balance. And it could be the other way around too. It's like if a guy's like ruling by a dictatorship or force, he's not going to want people to become like enlightened or some shit, or to free their minds or start educating themselves. Like we're not going to have any of that.
Well, do you have any like? I mean, I kind of see where you're going with it, but like more directly, like what is it that makes somebody fight so hard against the idea of arming teachers? Like, why is that? Like, it's like they don't want to hear it,
Totally.
and
And like guns
I
in
don't understand
libraries,
why.
some people hate guns in libraries, and that really bothers me a lot. It's like guns in libraries make so much sense. You have a library card, you can go check out a gun. This bothers some people though. To me, it's like the most obvious thing, an American thing, that every community would have guns. In the Second Amendment, it basically says that we should have guns available, well regulated militia, every town. It should be like a voluntary thing. It should be a little bit different than a police corps. It should be access to guns, right? So guns in libraries would keep schools and libraries safer.
There's only one
Yeah, I
solution.
mean,
We all
if
have to.
if you've got a room full of guns, then somebody isn't gonna come into the room. Like, I don't understand. Like, you say that to somebody, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, more guns is gonna make you safe." It's like, yeah, dude. Like, if a criminal knows that everybody's got a gun, they're not gonna try and like leverage that over everybody else that's around because they know that they've got a gun. Like, I know it makes you sad that like more people will have guns and you don't like guns and guns are bad, guns are evil, but it's like they already exist. You know what
All
I
right, but
mean? Like they
to be fair,
already exist.
I mostly agree with you, but there's two factors, right? There's one, there's
Yeah,
suicides, and then there's two, there's accidental discharge through negligence. So
for sure.
do you think if everyone had guns, those things would go up? Like more people would just
I
like,
think if you had access to guns earlier, and again, they're in libraries, so you have to train to have access to them, but also you could train to have access to them younger. So more
Every
people
single person, right?
should
And
learn
every
how to
single
use
person
them.
should have mandatory like gun safety. Everybody.
Yeah,
That should
yeah,
be a
like
part.
knife
That should be
safety
a
in Boy
part of being
Scouts.
a citizen. You know what I mean? Like how everybody in Switzerland is in the military or whatever the shit. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it Switzerland that everybody does the fucking military? Like, just do that, but for like gun safety. You know what I mean? Like little
Yeah,
things.
libraries.
It's
I
just
think that's the thing, and libraries
you know what
could
I mean?
give you that certification to an extent. You get like like a
That
merit
would be
badge
awesome.
essentially. Yeah, like to learn how to use a gun safely in like some sort of library shooting range. or something like that.
The only solution is, as individuals, we just have to become so deadly that guns are redundant in this world. We all have to become kung fu masters.
True.
So it's like, gun, I am a gun. And it's, you just poke someone's eye
Well,
out.
yeah, see, it's funny. It's funny you say that, because like if you are like a super martial arts master and somebody tries to pull a gun on you, like that gun is now your gun. Is there, like, it's on the floor, like, you know what I mean? Like technically, like, you can use anything as a weapon. You can use the person's weapon against them. You can close the distance. You can all sorts of different things. You know what I mean? Like,
you could use smells as a weapon.
You could use all sorts of things as a weapon, man. Like, and people, they think that they have the upper hand. They're not going to shoot you because of all of the trouble that comes with shooting you, right? So you can use that to your advantage to, like, oh, I'm in fear. I'm in fear. You're not really in fear, but you're saying you're in fear. They think you're in fear. You're looking like you're in fear. Then you've closed the distance. You have their gun on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, so there's always things that people can do.
Before you fight anyone, you should make the room super smelly, make the floors all sticky, and make it like fluorescent lighting to really put them off their vibe. You get a sick advantage that way.
They don't know what to do.
Crank up the heat to like 90 degrees.
I mean, why are people so, it just, even though people know that to an extent, what's the programming and emotional programming that makes people so against guns? Because they really don't want to see more guns as the answer.
Well, what happens when people...
They really wish, like, this is what I believe, is that I think people truly believe that if we just like don't like guns, and if everybody is educated to not like guns, that we could just put the genie back in the bottle. I really think that people, like, emotionally, they really want that to be true so badly, because guns make them sad.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because whenever you watch a movie and what happens when guns come out, you see blood happen and people die. And I don't know, some people just react, I guess, negatively to that programming. I still think guns are fucking cool personally, but I don't know. If you're a weenie,
well, violence is bad, and it makes people sad, you know, and like, so people that don't want to be like in charge of their own, like, I don't know, it's really like anything I can say on this is like going to be offensive to a million people. You know what I mean? But like, I just look at it as like, people don't want to be masters of their own destiny, and they want to just think that they can pray bad things away. But like, the more that you're like in control of, like, oh, like, bad things can happen, so I need to be prepared for those bad things, then that leads you to being like, okay, I need to understand how guns work, and I need to at least understand how the gun works, that if I need to use a gun, God forbid, that I will know how to use it. You know what I mean? Which is funny for me to say, because I don't own a gun. You know,
well, in a way, God gave humanity guns in a very indirect, roundabout way. So
if God intended us to walk, He would not have invented roller skates. That's one of my favorite quotes from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or whatever. I like that, because, like, yeah, if God didn't intend for all of this technology to exist, then it wouldn't be possible to create it. So it's what we do with it.